Essentially, it's saturated buffers and denitrifying bioreactors or wood chip bioreactors are the two main practices that you're looking at with these edge of field practices. So you go into a watershed and target certain areas, saying, "Hey, I know that I think a buffer will work on these certain outlets and a bioreactor here. Let's put all these practices together, get the design work done, and kind of pitch that to a contractor to install it, where you can kind of look at that watershed, get maybe a few dozen of them done." Through this process versus maybe the onesie twosies if you have a certain progressive farmer or landowner um, that wants to do those on their own. So is that a decent overview of it, or what am I missing on
Yeah,
there?
that's exactly what it is. So what we did, we really just sat down and looked at what's all kind of holding the process up to getting these practices implemented. When we think about it, a lot of times you know, projects are like, well, let's just throw a lot of money at it, right? Let's get that financial assistance up to 100% and see what happens. But there's other barriers, not just how much something costs. So we know it's hard for a contractor, for example, to maybe take off from a bigger job to go install a onesie twosie saturated buffer, right? So they're not going to want to mobilize to put in one site, for half a day, because that just comes at an expense to the contractor. So they're basically doing that as a favor to one of their landowners. And then same way with the designers, right? So if we're doing these one or two at a time, the engineering is very expensive because somebody has to go out there and survey. So, it's much more efficient. Hey, we can do 10 sites in a day instead of just one or two.